Happy Monday morning, Minties. This is the Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition. And today, let's take a break from talking about Omnis and join me for an advanced overview of this Captain America Oversized hardcover from Marvel Comics. So, please stay tuned. As always, before I get started, I'd like to thank David Gabriel, the folks at Marvel, for sending us an advanced copy of this oversized hardcover. Now, I know I've talked about them, but just in case you don't know what an oversized hardcover is by now, they are bigger than your standard trade paperbacks, bigger in dimensions than your standard size hardcovers, and as tall and long as an omnibus, with the big exception, of course, being the thickness of it, because this is an oversized hardcover and this is an omnibus, and of course, the price difference. So, now that we know a little bit about it, let's take a closer look at this book. So here we have a cover by Alex Ross. Here is the spine, volume 1. You all know how happy that makes me. That gives me hope that there's going to be more volumes in the future. And the back here with the content. And the price is $34.99. Now, let's look at it without the dust jacket. You get this beautiful image from Alex Ross. Cap back into the game. So let's check it out. Now, this is a series I was checking out every month as it was coming out. Because I was, Nick Spencer's run had its highs and lows, but I was ready for Cap to start anew. So let's look at the people that put this book together. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention is that this collects the first 12 issues in the 2018 Free Comic Book Day special. Maybe a little hard to see these names. We have Katie Woody, Caitlin O'Connell, Mark Beasley, and Jennifer Grunwald. These are all the people that put this nice collection together. And of course, the creators of the book, Ta-Nehisi Coates. I think it's Ta-Nehisi. I want to say, I saw him on Steve Colbert. I think that's how you say it. Lionel Francis Yu is the main artist on the first 6 issues, and then he is later joined by Adam Kubert on art for the later half. Let me push the book over here. Now, before we go any further, there's one huge thing I want to say, and that is that the inks for Lionel Francis Yu's issues are provided by the legendary Jerry Alangilan. And we lost Jerry last year. He was this wonderful artist. Him and Lionel Francis Yu are from the Philippines. And he worked together with Will Spertasio, also a big Filipino artist and one of my favorite artists of all time. But he came on when Lionel Francis Yu took over the Wolverine book with, I think it was Larry Hammond and eventually Femini Ciesa. They came on board to work on Wolverine, and Lionel Francis Yu's art is so much better when Jerry was inking it. And sadly, we lost him last December, and he was a phenomenal artist in his own right. I think there was a meme that he made popular, what was it, Hey Baby or Hey Babe meme. I'm not much of a meme guy, but I know that's what put him on the map for a lot of people. But that is one thing. So rest in peace, Jerry. Your artwork will forever be on our shelves because of books like this. So you have Captain America back after the events of Nick Spencer's run under Coates' wing. Now, there's some new things that are happening. Some old villains are coming back. Some new villains, including some X-Men villains that show up completely unexpectedly. There's a lot of plot twists and turns here and there. And something happens to Cap halfway through the issue. As I'm flipping through here, you are probably going to find out what's going to happen. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what happens, but earlier we were looking at Lionel Francis Yu's wonderful artwork right here. And now we're looking at Adam Kubert's. I think the colors make it look a little bit similar, even though they have different styles. Kubert comes, from the Joe Kubert art school, and his dad was Joe Kubert. Oh, this is one of my favorite things that this particular OHC started doing, was putting the variants in between the chapter breaks. That's pretty cool. So they're not all cluttered in the back. And cluttered is the wrong word, because I love looking at those the back extras and things like that. So I think I'm doing an okay job here, not flipping too much through the book to reveal any spoilers. I believe this is probably one of my favorite things that happened in the book, this and the ending. I love this book, so I couldn't wait to talk about it. And these quote-unquote crew of chicks, as they like to call themselves, are the Daughters of Freedom. So you have very familiar faces, some unexpected faces to see in here. I thought that was really cool. Let's look a little bit more through here as we keep looking. There's Sue Storm. Adam Kubert, dude, is still top of his game. Big fan of his art. Always have been, ever since he dropped on the scene. I always liked his stuff more than I did his brother, Andy. And I know there's always people that are like, no, Andy's better, no, Adam's better. But yeah, for me, at least, Adam was always the better artist. I don't know what it was. Now, let's look a little more through here without giving anything away and look at the back. Let's look at some of these extras. Can't show the opposite page because it is the ending of the book, but here is a variant cover by Mike Zeck and Richard Eisenoff. Wait, there is an image I forgot to show, and it's this one right here. This Ron Garney piece of art. I haven't seen him draw like this. This is, of course, a very Frank Miller-ish type of art, but yeah, Ron Garney. This is I believe it's a variant cover to issue number 1. Now let's go back to the extras in the back. You have more variant covers. Adam Hughes over there, Paul Renaud. Oh, I love that Lionel Francis Yu variant. That is beautiful. Of course, meant to look like an angel. We have some more variants over here. The Jim Steranko variant, David Mack, Phil Noto with his X-Force variant. And they had a lot of variants. I didn't know there was a Conan variant. Okay, Conan. That's the Conan versus Nick Bradshaw. Really wish that dude could do more internal artwork. The book has 288 pages and comes out on March 25th. Now, let's look at the binding really quick. You could probably tell it is sewn binding, and, the pages flipped and folded over as they should for a book this size. It's a great size. For a book, I know some of my fans prefer oversized hardcovers instead of omnis because they're easier to handle. So I'm glad they're not going away. I mean, we have a bunch of them still coming. That is really cool. Because for a while, if you had asked me, I would have been like, yeah, Marvel was done with the oversized hardcover format. Because now we have Venom, we have Immortal Hulk, we've had Thanos, the Donny Cates run, Doctor Strange, and Captain America, Black Panther. So yeah, they're still making them, and that is really awesome. I know a lot of you have been asking me if they're still going to do Amazing Spider-Man. And the answer is, I don't know yet. I don't have a list of the oversized hardcovers coming in the 4th quarter. So, as soon as I do, I will let you all know. But that is it for this book. If you want to purchase this book, you can get it from cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you Minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the contents of the book, the build of the book, and how many pages it contains. And again, this book comes out on March 25th. Let me know in the comments down below if you've been reading this in single issues and trade paperbacks, if you've been reading his Black Panther run. If I'm saying his name correctly, right? Ta-Nehisi Coates, is that it? Maybe I finally got a name right. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, check out our Patreon and Redbubble. All that information is in the description down below. And remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint.